Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa. This channel used to be called Tarot by Melissa, so if you've been searching for me under that name, then you are in the correct place. Today's reading is going to be a career reading where we look into what's ahead for you in the next 60 days. This is a timeless reading as well, so whether you are drawn to view the reading today when I'm uploading it or 6 months to a year from the day that I upload it, if you're feeling guided to view, then there may be a message here for you. The messages will not necessarily expire. Getting into a couple of disclaimers. If you're new to Pick a Card readings on YouTube, the way that these work is they are general collective readings, which means that even though you will be selecting a specific reading out of these three choices here in a moment, these readings are still channeling the energies of the collective who are drawn to these specific readings, okay? So what that means is that it's not specifically tailored to your own personal energy, and so all of the messages within your chosen reading may not fully resonate with your situation. And that's kind of to be, a possible outcome that you could experience. So as a best practice, as you're viewing a general reading like this on YouTube, keep in mind that, if it's not making sense for you and what you know your situation to be, or if it feels just really confusing, those are typically indications that it's not your reading and you may want to select another pile or be open to the possibility that maybe today's reading just does not have a message for you at all, because that can definitely happen as well. If you wanted to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. And personal readings are a little bit better way to get a more specific read on your own personal energy and personal situation. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our reading selection. So we've got a choice today between 3 different readings, and whichever one you're feeling drawn to is likely the one that has a message for you. So if you feel guided to the Tsunami, this is going to be group number 1. If you're drawn to the Green Man, this is going to be our group number 2. And the Ceremony will be our group number 3. So I want you guys to take a deep breath and think about what is coming up for you in career the next 60 days. Go ahead and select the card or the pile of cards that you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you have made your selection, you can scroll down to the description box to locate the timestamps. That will take you to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you guys were drawn to the Tsunami energy, this will be what's next for you in career the next 60 days. So before we jump too deep in, remember guys that this is a collective reading on YouTube, so the messages are not necessarily going to resonate with everyone. As a best practice, if it feels confusing to you or just doesn't really feel like it fits your situation, it's probably just not your message, okay? So jumping into this energy, group number 1, you guys actually, I'm really proud of you for intuitively choosing this card and sticking with it, because I think that this looks scary, right? And so I'm sure there were a lot of people who saw the choices and were like, I am not picking that, right? But you were drawn to it, you honored your intuition, and there is a message here for you. And it doesn't necessarily have to always be negative, right? In fact, I kind of feel for this group with the Tsunami energy coming up that when it comes to your career over the next 60 days, you're coming into some realizations or being confirmed in some realizations that you have already had about your career, that maybe there's something here that's just not working for you, okay? The Tsunami, it is a scary energy, right? When we think about the weather and what that means. But what's interesting about this card is that it really talks about how there are typically signs and symptoms that we are getting ready to have a tsunami hit us, right? Usually you see like the water kind of draw back really far from the shoreline, right? You have those clues that something is coming. And so I feel like for you guys, you're coming into this reading already maybe knowing and feeling that something about your current situation is not going to work for you long term, or you can feel that something is coming. And I feel like we're just going to get a little bit more clarification on what that looks like over the next 60 days here. So we've got many choices. We have manifesting. We have in the flow. And we have the 5th house. Yeah, it's like with the fifth house being here, this has to do with our hobbies, our interests, the creative things, our passions that we love. So there could be something about doing work that you love that is significant. And maybe with the tsunami energy, this is the realization that we're coming into over the course of the next 60 days. So we're going to go ahead and just see group number 1, what additional info we can get with the tarot, and then we'll kind of jump into this energy a little bit more. What's next in career, please, Spirit, for group 1, the next 60 days? Oops. Got to get better about not hitting that. What's next in career for my group number 1 viewers, please, Spirit, the next 60 days? We're just going to do 3 tarot cards here. We've got the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Cups, and we have the Strength card. Yep, so courage. Yeah, like right now, I feel like you guys are bored. You're not happy in your career. Something about it is just kind of blah to you. And with that fifth house energy, I feel like you guys cannot have a blah career or a blah monotonous routine. I feel like you guys need something that feels more free and something that allows you to creatively express yourself a little bit better, to be more like in the flow, if you will. So with the tsunami, again, there's a realization here that something in career may not be working for you long term. Maybe there are signs or symptoms that what you're doing right now is a little unstable, or just over, like if we keep in this boring, monotonous routine that we're in, it's going to come crashing down around us in time, right? There's a realization that wherever you're at, it may not be sustainable for you, okay? Spirit is saying you have a lot of options, right? You have options. Even if you don't see them right now, get creative and look around. Pull a card for each option to see what's best. So maybe some of you are guided to try divination or work with tarot to see what insight you can gain from the different choices that you have. But I feel like part of the exploration of choices in the next 60 days is about you being able to relieve yourself of stress with the 6 of Swords. It's like, all right, I'm in this situation. I'm not really happy. Now it's time for me to take steps to kind of move out of that situation. And the 6 of Swords is like that mental energy. So I feel like for a lot of you guys coming into the beginning of the next 60 days, maybe you're kind of struggling with your mental health at work, or just not feeling mentally challenged at work. And there's this push here to start exploring different choices, but thinking more logically about it and thinking about what's going to allow you guys to relieve stress in your life or to feel more mentally at peace in your life. It's super interesting too with this card, because this almost reminds me of the 6 of Swords in the traditional tarot, where we have somebody that's like on a boat that's sailing away into smooth, calm waters. I feel like that is what's happening here for you guys at the beginning of this 60-day period in your career. Okay, then we've got manifesting. You have the power to manifest what you want by writing your intentions down and by taking inspired action to make it happen. So it's like we're shifting from this energy of exploration and really ideating on what can help us move on into those calmer waters. And now kind of midway through the 60-day cycle, we're writing things down, we're manifesting, we're setting those clear intentions around getting where we need to be. And with the 3 of Cups being here, this could involve you guys connecting or networking with people. Now, Cups is interesting because it's more about that emotional connection, emotional fulfillment. Okay, so I think a lot of you guys are going to be leaning into maybe friends at work, or networking with people who have the type of roles or jobs or creative hobbies that you find emotional connection and fulfillment to. And that's key. I really think something creative, something emotionally, that you're emotionally connected to is what's going to help you guys to feel more free and in flow versus like stuck in this boring vibe that I feel like you guys have been in coming into this reading. You guys may also, this talks about bonuses and work celebrations too. So there could also be something that you're celebrating during the next 60-day cycle that also kind of helps to relieve some stress, right? Because maybe you're changing roles, shifting into a different position, working with a new group where you can kind of be with like-minded people who think similarly to you, or who you guys are all kind of emotionally connected to the work that you're doing. Then we've got in the flow. The universe is sending you help. Tap into your inner power and go deeper to create the purposeful life you really want. Exactly. So this is going to require you guys, like, Spirit is saying that you have everything you need. They're working with you. You're being divinely guided by this tsunami energy and kind of gently pushed into this flow of going after the type of work that you feel the most passionate about, right? And so it may require you guys to kind of step in and flex some skills that feel uncomfortable for you, right? This is leadership energy with strength. It's courage. It's stepping into your power and taking the lead on what it is that you want versus like waiting around for someone else to do it for us, or versus like being too scared to make that move. So it feels like things are progressing for you guys in a really positive direction. I think that you're just kind of realizing at the beginning of the 60-day cycle that whatever you've been doing just isn't working for you. And it's going to be important to start working now to make some changes so that you can work toward the type of career and lifestyle that you want that's more creative before, things get in too deep and it all comes crashing down around you. And I'm not saying this tsunami, like, I don't want you guys to feel afraid of this. I think that you're just realizing for yourself. It's almost like I'm getting a vision of the tower in tarot, right? Like, you guys, I think, are not feeling like you can be your authentic selves where you are. And I think you're realizing with the tsunami that that's only going to be sustainable to you for so long, right? So it's just about the next 60 days. It's like incubating on those next steps that you can be taking to work toward your passion. Okay, so let's see what else we can get. Group number 1. What else for group 1? The next 60 days in career, please, Spirit. We've got multiple figures. So we've got money on the table here. Let's see what else. We have creativity and innovation. Money could be a big driver for you guys as well. And then we also have leadership. So yeah, leadership could be specific to like you being a manager or having direct reports. With the strength card, it could also just be talking about, you guys stepping into a leadership role in your own life, being more authoritative and going after the things that you want. But definitely creativity and innovation is significant here. Some of you guys, I think, could be maybe collaborating with a group too. Maybe it's colleagues and coworkers. Maybe for some of you, it's more entrepreneurial in the spirit of it. But there's definitely an energy of collaboration on something creative and unique that brings you joy, and I think can also bring in money for you. Maybe some of you guys coming into this reading are getting a big sum of money. We'll see. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit, that we can uncover for group 1? What's next in career the next 60 days? Oh no. Okay, we've got the thief. Okay, maybe there's not money coming in. Let's see. We've got adjudication here. And we've got the journey coming through here as well. And undertone of this is occupation. So again, this is about doing the work that you love versus working for someone else or doing work that you don't like. So there's something here, you guys, with this thief. Maybe that's what the wake-up call is about. Maybe somebody has taken something from you or stolen your idea, or the other thing too, for some of you guys, especially if you are working in like a creative field or an entrepreneurial field, you could be taking steps to kind of protect yourself from this energy, because with adjudication here, this is like legal stuff, like making a decision or something like that. So maybe for some of you, that's what's going on here with this thief energy, or maybe somebody has wronged you and you're waiting on a decision of like what you're going to do here. Maybe that's what the tsunami is about too. It's like a wake-up call that we need to protect ourselves for some. But the thief energy is really just saying like to watch your back, you guys, like, because it does seem like, you know, you could be surrounded by like unsavory forces here for some of you. Again, not trying to scare anyone here, but it feels like an energy of like protecting yourself, but also, you know, maybe living authentically as yourself again, because we've got this light here. The light is kind of shining onto this little boy who's like pickpocketing, you know, so it's giving me the energy of like something being exposed to you that's like, this is not right. This is not right for me. So there's a decision being made here, maybe some legal stuff to make things more official or some decision that's being made. And then I see change. So it's interesting with the journey because the journey can talk about going somewhere, but it can also talk about arriving home from a place. So for some of you guys, it could be like you're moving or you're going to be, you know, going somewhere new in connection to your career. But maybe for others of you, it's about like arriving back to something that you did in the past, something that you thought you left behind, but now the opportunity is coming back around for you. So it looks really exciting, the next 60 days, group one. I am really interested to hear from you if this reading did resonate, kind of what's been happening in your career. And I feel like the overwhelming advice from Spirit is that you guys are in flow. You need to be doing something creative, something, you know, something that allows you to have a more free and authentic life than what you're currently living. And don't settle for things that are boring in your career. But yeah, comment below, you guys, and thank you for being here. If you want to continue to support my work, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bells that you will be updated when I post the next reading. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you all were drawn to the Green Man card, this is going to be your message, and we're looking into your career the next 60 days. So this is a timeless reading. Regardless of when you feel drawn to view the video, there may be a message here for you. But always remember, these are general readings on YouTube, so the messages may not resonate with everyone, okay? So you guys selected the Green Man energy. So this talks about synergy. When I think of the word synergy, I think of things kind of coming into flow seamlessly, okay? There's also a lot of really lush, beautiful energy here. And it feels like a lot of you guys, maybe you've been kind of working on something in your career, building something patiently over time. And it seems like things may finally be starting to kind of come together in a really beautiful, slow, stable way. So we've got ups and downs. Let's see what else. We've got freedom. Okay. And we've got long term. And we've got Venus energy here as well, which is beautiful. So lots of beauty. Maybe some of you guys are working in the beauty space. Venus can definitely talk about beauty, fashion, things of that nature. Money could be significant during this time. Your values as well being significant. So let's pull some tarot. We're just going to get some clarifiers into these energies. So tell us, please, Spirit, about the next 60 days in career for my pile number 2 viewers. What can they expect? It feels like a temperance energy to me with the Green Man. Like divine timing is at play. This is like a slow process to kind of integrate all the moving parts. Let's see. We've got the Page of Cups. Yeah, there's something creative here with Venus and the Page of Cups. We've got the 5 of Cups. Okay. What's happening in career the next 60 days, please, Spirit? Ooh, okay. And then we have the Death card. So I feel like, all right, let's start over here. We have ups and downs. Your work has potential for both advancement and stagnation. See if there's hope, but allow yourself to move on if needed. It feels like coming into this reading group number 2, you guys have started off on some sort of maybe like a new job or a new endeavor in your career, something that is artistic in nature, and it's more connected to you feeling emotionally connected to the work that you're doing. Maybe something with Venus that's more aligned to your values, your core values that you aspire to in your workplace or your life. But yeah, there's definitely something with art. With Venus, I feel like there's something with art, beauty, fashion, something along those lines. And whatever you guys have started off on, it is new, right? With the Page of Cups, this is like a new beginning where we are just starting to lay the groundwork here. And with Cups, it's not even groundwork though. It's more about the expression piece of it. And so I think you guys are kind of realizing right now that this is going to take time and patience to cultivate for yourself with the Green Man. You guys could also be testing something out right now to see how it will do. We have the Page of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck as well, which is about, again, it's echoing this page energy of new beginnings. This talks about internships as well. So again, it's like very beginning stages of something that has potential to advance. I think it's tied to something you guys feel really connected to with regard to your values and maybe the industry that you're wanting to be in. But there's a realization here that maybe we're testing this out to see how it goes and not getting too attached to the outcome. I do kind of feel that there is some sort of disappointment or setback here with regard to this situation. Five of Cups, though, can also talk about when we're more focused on the negatives versus the positives, and sometimes it's justified. But with freedom being here, this disappointment seems to be maybe around flexibility, right? You need to have more flexibility with your schedule and income. Being self-employed is ideal, and time off will help you to get clear. So there could be a realization coming that you guys are needing more of this freedom and this flexibility with your time, with your schedule, and that is the most ideal to be aligned in your values, right? And so maybe there's something about this new endeavor that you guys are embarking on where like when it's going well, it's good, but then maybe it's not completely consistent and stable. But I think that there is a part of it that you enjoy because there's more flexibility or freedom. For others of you though, it seems like we're moving into like, there's some sort of realization here or disappointment here around this freedom and flexibility that you're striving for. The next 6 months, I'm sorry, not the next 6 months, the next 60 days for you guys, I think is really ushering in changes. The Death card, it talks about a deep transformation in our career. And I love how it talks about inevitable change because a lot of times that is what death is, right? I think that this group has been feeling for a long time that they want some sort of deep transformation in their career and their life. And we do have this energy of long-term here as well. An opportunity could turn into a long-term career move, or you will be asked to commit to a position in exchange for more money. So it's interesting because I think that whatever this is that you guys are starting off on, it seems like we're beginning this journey, just kind of testing the waters to see how it goes. I'm feeling like you may have some disappointments or setbacks with it, but I think whatever this new path is that you're starting off on, it's opening up an opportunity for you guys to stay on to it long term potentially, or it's opening up an opportunity for you to welcome in really like almost transforming the way that you work, transforming your day-to-day, transforming your career as it is today. So let's see what else we get group 2. What else does group 2 need to know about the next 60 days in their career? Please, Spirit. We have intuitive and psychic. So for some of you, this could be the industry that you're in. With Cups being here, Cups can talk about intuition and, being connected to our intuition. The other thing I'm getting with this is it may not necessarily be that you guys are working in like the psychic industry, But the Page of Cups is also about trust your vibes, right? Trusting your intuition as it pertains to this situation. We also have emotion, and I do see that there is emotion, both, I think, ups and downs with emotion with this situation for you. Let's see. Jack of all trades, well-rounded. So something about this is actually, I feel like it's allowing you to cultivate some different skills, right? And something about becoming more well-rounded on this new journey you're embarking on over the next 60 days. It's helping you to kind of transform your career for the long term. You know, maybe you're acquiring new and different skills that you didn't have before that make you more well-rounded for longer term opportunities. We do also have release it here. So there's definitely a need, I think, to release something like around setbacks or something to do with the emotion, the negative emotion behind this type of situation that you're in. And I definitely feel there's a need to make sure that we're not getting too attached to outcomes, because again, with the ups and downs, it's saying that this situation has the potential for both advancement or not, right? Or stagnation. All right. For some of you guys, it almost feels like you're working for yourself, or you're doing like contract work that can turn into a long-term opportunity, or you're starting off like maybe on your own creative business or something in the hopes of having more freedom. But I think there is something connected to the freedom piece that might like disappoint you in the next 60 days, whether you're not getting enough freedom, or maybe there is like a setback or some sort of downsizing that happens that feels emotional for you. There's going to be something that you're attached to with this situation that needs to be released. And we do also have toxic workplace, and then we do also have work from home and remote. So it could be connected to some of this stuff here. All right, so let's continue. Group 2, tell us a little bit more, please, Spirit, about the next 60 days in career for my beautiful Group 2 viewers. Ooh, we have the false person. That's really interesting that that's coming up. Somebody's not being honest and something feels off. So I think you guys are really being guided to trust your intuition with this. Okay, we also have concern. Yeah, there's something coming up here during the next 60 days that's going to feel like a red flag to you, or that's going to cause you to worry a little bit here. We also have journey. This is interesting. This came up in group number 1 as well. So like the journey is talking about maybe travel for some of you. It could talk about moving or relocating, traveling for work for some, but also, you know, the journey could be more of a spiritual journey for some of you. This card talks about going somewhere, but it also talks about returning from somewhere. So some of you guys could be like, it's almost like some of you are embarking on this new journey of being out on your own, maybe then to decide to return to something that's a little bit more stable, or something that you're coming back to, maybe something that you had done in the past. Because it seems like the situation that you're in, there's the energy of bad health here, which is making me feel like whatever situation you're in, there's something about it that's not completely sustainable long term, or maybe bad health is like the organization or the work that you're doing, like the industry is struggling or suffering right now as well. So I feel like the advice for you guys based off of the energies here is to just kind of be patient, right? Like allow things to kind of unfold in divine timing and listen to your instincts, because I do think there's something or someone here that may not be as it seems. And I do think that there will be red flags that present themselves to you that you'll have to kind of move through with regard to the situation. But with Venus being here, I think Spirit is saying really connect to your values. And as you are going through this experience in the next 60 days, I think really asking yourself, is this situation aligned to my values, right? As a human, as a person, as a worker, does it fit that for the long term for me? Because it seems like there's potential for something like long term here, but there's also the potential for this to have some stagnation to it too. So I think being flexible is important, but also making sure that you're aligned. In alignment with your values is going to be important in terms of deciding what you would like to do. So comment below, group 2, if this reading did resonate. I would love to hear what has been going on for you in your career. And if you want to continue to support my work, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you will be updated whenever I post the next reading. And I look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey, group 3, if you guys were drawn to the ceremony card, this is going to be your career reading. So we're looking into what's ahead for you in the next 60 days. This is a timeless reading, so whether you are watching it the day that I posted or like a year from now, if you feel guided, there may be a message here for you. But just always remember, these readings are general and not everything may resonate with everyone out there, okay? So you guys were drawn to the ceremony card, invocation. So this is very spiritual energy. You can see she's working with her crystals here. She's got like the snake over here, which represents shedding the skin, death and rebirth. I feel this group, a lot of my group 3 viewers, this could be literal for you, where you are literally doing work within the spiritual field or the spiritual industry. For others of you, it may be more that you are relying on your spiritual side or your connection to source to kind of guide you through how to navigate the next 60 days. Okay. It feels almost like manifestation energy. When I think of the word invocation, I feel like we're invoking a spirit or we're invoking support from spirit. Like you all are searching for that connection to a higher power, whether it be for guidance or because of the work that you're doing. So let's keep going. We have signs. So that's already like very intuitive in nature. We have honest work, okay? And then we have reflection. I'm going to pull some tarot in a moment. And then from this astrology deck, we have the sign of Leo coming through. So let's continue. I'm going to pull some tarot cards. Tell me a little bit more, Spirit, about what's next in the next 60 days in career for my group number 3 viewers. This is really interesting energy. Clarifying the signs. Energy, please, Spirit. What's next in career the next 60 days for group 3? We've got 4 of Wands. Okay. We have the 6 of Cups. Love that. And then we have reflection, temperance. Okay. Judgment at the bottom of the deck. So it's almost like you guys are, excuse me. My voice got carried away there. You guys are, I feel like, making a decision about something with regard to your career. And I definitely see that coming through. Like there's a lot of channeling, your intuition, channeling guidance from source. And really trying to figure out over the next couple of months what it is you want to do and where you would like to go. Okay. You guys could be, I love the keywords on this deck. If you guys are curious, this is called the Treasure Trove Tarot. This is by Mystic Moon Oracles. This is a really cool deck if you're trying to learn career meetings, but there's something here that's pending, whether it's like there's a wake-up call that's pushing us to make a decision. There's something maybe that's up for review, like a second chance in career, or maybe we're waiting on a decision about something or making a decision about something. So we have signs. You're putting together pieces of the puzzle from signs you are getting. Pay attention to the coincidences you experience. This really makes a lot of sense with this invocation energy, which is all about intuition and spirituality. Maybe some of you guys are listening to your intuition around fated partnerships or business partnerships that are coming into your life at this time. We have deals, partnerships, being committed to a goal. There's something here that I think is opening up for you with regard to like a business partnership or some sort of business deal. Maybe it's connected to some of the spiritual stuff. Maybe it's not. But it feels like there's some sort of synchronicity or coincidence here around this that is being brought up for you during the 60 days. And Spirit is saying you need to pay attention to those people in your work or in your industry that are like-minded, that are kind of coming across your path, maybe people that are wanting to collaborate, right? We've got the Three of Pentacles here underneath the Judgment card. So this is like collaboration, teamwork. That is significant here. And I think a lot of you guys during the next 60 days, there's something about the work you're doing that you may feel is not very glamorous, right? It's something that maybe you're bartending, maybe you're serving, waiting tables, barista, like very, hard, honest work. It's not like sitting around in a desk. Maybe some of you guys are, because this card of like your work not being glamorous is subjective, right? Like, I know people who work in an office and in those types of, jobs where they're not necessarily doing really hard work in retail or bartending, but they would not say that their job is glamorous, right? But the work you're doing is honest, and something about it is giving you experience that's able to help you move up in the future, right? And this card talks about how success is a process. It's not a quick fix. So I think a lot of what's happening in the next 60 days for you guys is with the Six of Cups, it's like being comfortable with where you are and being patient with the process, right? And realizing that where you're at right now is helping you to gain really important experience and knowledge that you may need as you continue to move up in your career or advance toward your career goals. This Six of Cups is interesting too, because it also can talk about not only comforts, but it can talk about nostalgia and it can talk about the past. So it could be some of you guys are kind of reflecting here, because this card also talks about revisiting the past to figure out what you would like to do, right? It says, knowing what you don't like will show you what you truly love. So I think there is a lot of this reflecting back on the past and things that you really loved in the past that maybe you're not getting in the present, because it's allowing you to be more clear about where you would like to go in the future and what works for you and what doesn't work for you. I think a lot of you guys, there is a creative element to this too. For some, like the Six of Cups is definitely giving me, like, it's saying childhood dreams, right? So there could be something creative with your business partnerships or work that is coming up here as well, but definitely reflecting on the past here. So it just feels like the next 60 days, you guys, it's very Zen energy with the Temperance. I don't really see like a ton of changes or a ton of movement here. And with Temperance energy, it is all about patience, right? The cool thing is that the vibes are chill, and I think you're just kind of working on staying balanced and grounded throughout the next 60 days with regard to things that you're doing with your career. It's kind of like tapping into the intuitive, emotional side, but also keeping yourself grounded and balanced at the same time, the balance of practicality and spirituality. And with Leo's energy being here, I do think that you guys are standing out in a positive way, right? The keyword of shine is really standing out to me with this card. Leo's energy is about leadership. It is about being in the spotlight or being comfortable in the spotlight or comfortable leading. Maybe having a lot of people flocking to you or attracted to you with regard to your career prospects, but also taking the lead. Maybe whatever you're doing now is helping you to step into more of a leadership role or develop more leadership types of skills. Okay. Leo also rules fifth house energy. So fifth house has to do with our creativity, our hobbies, children as well, which the Six of Cups does talk about children. Maybe some of you guys are like working with childcare or with children in the next 60 days, and that's part of your story as well. So what else, Spirit? The next 60 days for group number 3. What else do they need to know? We have fixed mindset. Interesting. Okay. What else? Senior leadership. Okay. Respect. Excuse me. And then we have be friendly but not familiar. So there's like professionalism is being highlighted here with your business relationships. And that is this is actually a saying that one of my old colleagues used to tell me. She would always say, I will be friendly, but not familiar. And so what that means is that you can have surface level friendly connections at work, but you don't want to get too close. And I feel like part of that has to do with maybe some of you guys may have aspirations to move into a more senior level position in your workplace. And there's a need here to be mindful of the types of relationships that you're building with others at work. I feel there's something here the next 60 days around differing views and opinions and earning respect of others or respecting others' views and opinions, right? Like, especially with Leo, if some of you guys are in leadership roles or moving into a leadership role, I do think that there is something here about learning to respect different styles or differences. You know, like everyone's going to have a different style, whether it's like other leaders that you work with or employees that you manage. And you've got to be adaptable and flexible to that as a leader. And it may take time to build up that respect because there's a period of integration here, I feel. There may also, you guys, be some fixed mindset around something that you are harboring that maybe you're not fully aware of around some of your career goals. So a fixed mindset, if you guys are not familiar with the differences between a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset, a fixed mindset is basically like where this is just how we think, this is our opinion, and that's it. Whereas a growth mindset, it's about being a little bit more open to change or open to a different perspective. So let me give you guys an example. Let me think of an example really quick. Let's say that you want to become a leader. Okay. An example of a growth mindset would be there may not be a leadership position open today, but when it does come open, I know that I will be ready for it. No, I feel like that's not a good one. I'm trying to think. How do I explain this to you guys? It's almost like, okay, like a fixed mindset would be, I can't do that. Whereas a growth mindset would be, I can't do that yet, right? That's a better example. So it's like the fixed mindset can be difficult because it kind of blocks you from growth. It blocks you from being able to grow and to be able to step into new things and new experiences. It gets in the way, if that makes sense. So sorry guys, I really struggled with that example. It's been a long time since I took a training about that. But yeah, there's something here, I think, around your partnerships or leadership or something that is a little fixed, and you all need to kind of open up your mind to a new and different possibility here, okay? So let's continue. Group 3. What else can we tell group 3 about their career the next 60 days, please, Spirit? We have distant horizons. Okay. We do have poverty. Okay. Could be some financial struggles here for some of you. We also have the mature woman coming through as well. So, one thing I will say about the poverty card, it doesn't always have to indicate financial challenges. This card, it actually represents child labor. Okay. And you know, it's representative of an energy of like doing really hard work, but feeling undervalued and underpaid and underqualified. So this could, again, be something that you guys are moving through in the next 60 days that can feel maybe a little bit frustrating. But there's definitely like, this is just so interesting, the distant horizons with the fixed mindset, because the distant horizons talks about our dreams for the future. It can also talk about long distance travel. But I feel maybe the fixed mindset is around the timing too. Like there could be something that you guys are thinking about that you want to do in a partnership with someone, or something that you want for your career, but it feels really out of reach, or it feels really out of touch. And that is a fixed mindset. I feel like that is what Spirit is highlighting as a fixed mindset here. Okay. It's one thing to be realistic, right? Keeping it real with yourself is important, but there's something that's getting in your way of realizing some of your dreams faster, or at least putting effort into your dreams faster. And with the mature woman here, I feel this could be you, or this could be somebody that you guys are working with. But there seems to be like another storyline here around somebody that you like. There's just someone here that's either a leader or that you work with, maybe you manage, who I think that there's an issue with respect coming through. Like it could be that this person comes from a really privileged background, or just like a different background or a different mindset to you. There's also a theme here about children again. So it could be something connected to children in your workplace for some. So group 3, this is intense, I know. But what I kind of feel over the course of the next 60 days is it's going to be all about patience and balance. And again, even though what you're doing right now may not feel super fulfilling, or, like you may not feel respected, I do think that Spirit is guiding you to do some reflection, right? Think about the things that you've done in the past, and then think about what you want to do in the future. And then maybe coming up with a list of like deal breakers and must-haves when it comes to your work and your day-to-day and what that looks like. And at the same time, there's something here about your dreams for the future, something intuitive, something spiritual here. And I think that Spirit is saying you're having a little bit of a fixed mindset around this, whatever this is. And there's a need to open up your mind to different possibilities or new possibilities there. So this is what I see. Group number 3, comment below if this reading did resonate with you. I would love to hear what's been happening for you in your career. And if you would like to continue to support my work, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you will be updated when I post the next reading. And I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.